right, welcome to the third game of the evening. Up this time is Shark Shark. Um, so, inspired by the legendary Shark Shark registered trademark game released on the original version for the Intellivision home console in 1982, this reimagined version for up to 4 players offers you a modern and addictive gameplay, fantastic graphics, great sounds, lots of levels, and many underwater characters. So that's actually a bit vague. So Shark Shark here is I think it's safe to call this a remake, just a flat out remake. Or really, we should be calling it Shark Shark 2023.
I mean, I don't know if it I presume some of the stuff they added is new, but like the concept of the game is the same.
No, you're right in that regard. Yeah. So Shark Shark was, I will grant that Intellivision is a bit fuzzy in terms of my knowledge. I didn't grow up with the system. I didn't know anyone with an Intellivision. I'm like, it's it's not the obscurest of like the golden age consoles. Like, it's probably more notable. Like, it sold more than, say, the ColecoVision. To say nothing of like the Bally Astrocade or the Vectrex. The thing is, the Intellivision was a very unique console in terms of its controller. I'm like, and the thing about the Intellivision controller is it was from the phone scene, if you will. It had one of those controllers that looked at the phone and said, "Yeah, that's going to be our controller." Like, only it's maybe not as bad as the Atari 5200 controller, but that might be virtue of the fact that it's not as fragile as that. It's like, it's the one that's got the disc on it.
Like, God, that damnable disc.
Well, the thing about it is, like, it was apparently it was really easy to get your thumb jammed into the gap. So that made for some painful play.
I had a cousin who their parents, new age Intellivision owners, their kid had to be rushed to the ER to get that damn controller off.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like,
the kid was a toddler. They were just playing with it and got their fingers stuck and they couldn't get it out.
Still.
Yeah. I imagine it wasn't too off of a scene from, back in the day.
Yeah. So the thing about Shark Shark is, you might know this premise from the Feeding Frenzy games that was published by PopCap about 20 to 15 years ago at this point. I think people might forget how old something like Feeding Frenzy is. Like, but it's the same concept. You're a fish organism under the sea, and you've got to eat smaller organisms while avoiding the larger ones. And, eventually the goal is to become the king of the lake, sea, whatever watery biome this is.
Honestly, Feeding Frenzy fleshed out the concept more.
It apparently changes the biomes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And there's even more to unpack with this, but I'll get to that in in the final game of the evening. So Shark was given to the Golics for review. So over to him for the, how well have they adapted Shark to the modern age?
Well, so first off, this game crashed twice before I could even get it to actually start playing.
Oof.
It turned, because it says that it kind of wants you can allegedly control it with the keyboard. It's configurable so up to 4 people can use the same keyboard if you're fucking insane.
If you have a modern mechanical keyboard, you can probably make it work.
I'm talking more about the number of hands in close proximity.
I mean, fair. I guess it depends.
Though it's true that everybody only needs 4 buttons to control it, because the only actual controls are up, down, left, right.
Yeah.
But it suggests like with the controller, so I tried to do that. But to actually start playing, I needed to hit enter on my keyboard anyway.
So yeah, this game is probably not going to be Steam Deck compatible.
And after that, there might be a button on the controller that works, but I tried most of them, and half of them sent me back to the main menu, and at least 2 of them closed the game.
Yeah.
So you start out playing as a clownfish and can choose between a couple of colors. As you play through the single-player mode, which is the only mode I actually played because I am a single player.
And this is local only for anyone wondering at home. There is no online play.
You unlock a couple more fish and a few more colors as you play through the voyage mode. You have to use your eye judgment to judge that you're eating fish that are smaller than you.
Or you get eaten.
If you bump into a fish that's about the same size, you'll bounce off. If you bump into a fish that's bigger than you, it will eat you. You lose a life, and you are a skeleton that can't do anything for a bit. Then you
like
respawn
usual
back
fish.
at minimum size. There is a shark that will roar a little bit and then come in from off screen. You gain a significant amount of points by biting the shark in the tail fin. There are also 3 shellfish in various positions on the bottom of the screen on different maps that occasionally open and contain a pearl that either gives bonus points or gives an extra life. And there are beyond that, there are individual stages have specific fish hazards, like a big blowfish in the middle that's spiky when it puffs up, or electric eels that shoot things. I did not get very far in this because it is a very simple game, and again, I was having a lot of trouble. There are also jellyfish that you can't eat. There are crabs that you can apparently only eat when they're upside down, but also when you're you have to be bigger than them.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, and as you play through, you unlock more fish to play as and colors and stages that you can presumably use in the multiplayer modes, which are basically competitive and cooperative. Although in any of those modes, I think the voyage mode can also be multiplayer.
Mm-hmm.
There is a menu option to turn on or off eating your friends, i.e. other players.
So if you want to make it competitive or cooperative.
Yeah. And stages end when you've eaten enough fish. The controls are pretty much fine. The music is meh. The graphics are a little bit cutouty. I don't know. It's a very, very simple game. There are other versions of it. And frankly, this one, once you get into playing, I guess it's fine, but the fact that there are buttons that, like, and if you click on the window wrong, it'll just close the game. Not a fan of that. I don't know if I have anything else to say about it. Do you guys have any questions?
I'm pretty good.
Not really.
I will say that I was a little bit annoyed with the higher than, in television graphical fidelity. that, especially since there is a kind of goal of biting the shark's tail fin, that most of the shark will still eat you, not just its actual like mouth area.
Mm-hmm.
Which makes sense, but the shark is very large. Also, some of the hazards only stun you instead of killing you, but you know, you only have like 5 lives. Oh, the lives are also, every time you complete the stage, your lives seem to refill.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think that's about all I got. How much does it cost, Adam?
Oh, $15.
I would pay $3 for this.
For those of you wondering at home, Insane Aquarium 2 Deluxe is $5 on Steam. Do with that information as you will.
How much is Feeding Frenzy 2?
2 Deluxe is $5.
You said Insane Aquarium.
Or I thought I said Feeding Frenzy. Yeah, Feeding Frenzy 2 Deluxe is $5 on Steam. Do with that information as you will.
Yeah, I'd pay $3 for this if there was an actual in-game start stage button instead of just saying press enter/confirm when there is a button remapping option, but it doesn't cover controllers. It only covers the keyboard, and it doesn't tell you even on the keyboard which button is go. So it's not good.
All right, then. So that'll about do it for Shark Shark. Be sure to tune in after the break as we review Astro Smash.